Nightfall. 99.9% of people can't complete this quiz.
Wow, quiz!
What is the scientific name of the western lowland gorilla? A. Berenge africa. B. Zamina waka waka. C. Gorilla. I'm not kidding. The western lowland gorilla, also known as gorilla, lives in some of the most dense and remote African rainforests. Now, let's go to China. While most of the police officers use guard dogs, what animals go with some caps in China? Is it A. Geese, B. Snakes, C. Monkeys? Yes, turns out birds of the same feather can also guard together. It sounds silly at first, but geese can actually hear very well and see better than humans up close and at a distance. If that didn't give you goosebumps, maybe this one will. Which animal is required to secure a passport in the UK? Alligator, rabbit, horse. The UK requires all horses, ponies, donkeys, mules and zebras to have their own passport even if they never travel. This is to identify which of them can be used for meat or treated with certain drugs. Without a horse passport, an owner can be charged up to $6,500 US. Enough horsing around, let's talk about love! Shall we? Which of these tourist spots is already married? A. Sydney Opera House. B. Eiffel Tower. C. Petronas Twin Towers. Erica Labrie, now known as Erica Eiffel, is known for marrying the French Tower in 2007. 3 years after she reportedly felt immediately attracted to this landmark.
I know people don't get it, but I do love her. And I love what she represents to me.
Erica is a proud advocate for object sexuality, and she claims to have also fallen in love with her archery bow, a crane, a fighter jet, and even the Berlin Wall. Sucks to be single now, huh? Let's nurse that heartache with something sweet. What was the job of the guy who invented cotton candy? A. Dentist. B. Cotton maker. C. Painter. More than 100 years ago, dentist William Morrison teamed up with a candy maker to introduce what they first called fairy floss. The sweet fluffy treat was first packed in a wooden box and became a hit at the World's Fair in 1904. A dentist inventing candy? Well, we have yet another weird food fact coming. Which of these sauces was first sold as medicine in 1800s? Is it A. mayonnaise, B. mustard, or C. ketchup? Ketchup used to be made of fish and mushrooms, but in the 1830s, a doctor named John Coke Bennett added tomatoes to them and started selling ketchup pills as a cure for diarrhea and rheumatism. His tomato pills were then copied by other salesmen who made even larger false claims. And that is when this whole idea of ketchup as a cure collapsed. Anyway, Nightfall. Can you still catch up? The first book ever printed in Oxford contains a funny mistake. What was that error? A. Printing date. B. Book title. C. Author's name. The book stated in Roman numbers that it was printed in 1468, but the thing is, that date came even before a man introduced a printing press into England. The correct printing date was a whole decade later, 1478. I guess you can never really judge a book by its cover. And sometimes you can never really call a man by their real name. A British guy changed his real name just so salesmen will stop calling him from the directory. What was his official new name? A. Tim, stop calling me. B. Tim, bye. Or C. Price. Oh, mommy.
It's Tim Price.
That is 10 piece in total. Tim Price spent about $130 to confirm this name legally, as well as on his passport. Anything to avoid those annoying calls, and now he has no regrets. Now, if that made you smile, the next one won't. Did you know that in the Victorian era, people were not allowed to say cheese in photographs? So what did the photographer tell them instead? A. Say orange. B. Say prunes. C. Say lime. Britain's first portrait photographer was said to have told his subjects to say prunes, so their mouths would look small and refined. Because during their time, this was considered beautiful, and smiling was considered just for children, peasants, and drunks. And finally, speaking of looks, which celebrity entered their own look-alike contest and still lost? A. Britney Spears. B. Dolly Parton. C. Paris Hilton. Yes, Dolly Parton said she once entered a look-alike contest for fun, where she competed with drag queens also dressed as her. When she came out on stage, very few people clapped for her, but little did contestants know the loser that day was actually their idol. Congratulations, you are now officially 10 facts more funny. And I will see you next week for yet another
Wow quiz!